Hello everybody, it's Mr. Boynton here. I hope everybody's doing well. I'm going to be posting this on May 13th, and it's been a while since I've made a video for everybody. Haven't had any significant updates to share. We had some information that went out a couple weeks ago regarding an update on certain things. So today is just more of a celebration of some things that you've shared with me that I wanted to showcase with everybody, and just a little bit more of a Principles Challenge show and tell. So I'm going to start with the photos that folks have sent in. So let's get right to that. Our first pictures are from Ryder Kuravu, who spent some time this spring doing some turkey hunting, some spring turkey hunting in Vermont. Ryder was successful in his hunt, so thank you, Ryder, for sharing your pictures. We also have a series of pictures from Ashley Nichol, and Ashley was doing an activity that was part of a Earth Day art project that Mrs. Spencer had assigned, and she really worked hard on this project, and you can see her here along the East Montpelier bike path, and you can see that she has created some positive signs with rocks and paint as on the trail. So what a nice way to continue to inspire others and make others feel good during this time, but to also engage in an art activity and to be outside at the same time as part of Earth Day. So thank you, Ashley, for sharing your photos for that project. All right, so at this time I wanted to showcase another thing in the Boynton household. A few of my videos have showcased, chickens. You've met our dog Pip, and she was in one of our videos. And you also, in our very first video, were able to see my daughter's lizards, her leopard geckos. We have a couple more things we want to share. It's like kind of wild kingdom here in the Boynton household. And a really cool thing that my son is into is ant farms, but not just your typical ant farms. So I want to show everybody his ant habitat setup, and maybe it'll inspire you to get out there in nature and do some of this kind of stuff on your own. So here it is, my son's ant habitat setup. All right, this is the ant world setup, and as you can see, it's not a typical ant farm. So this is a product from a place called Ants Canada, which does a lot of these cool things for being able to keep ants. So let me get a little closer here, and we'll show you what we have in this setup here. So this first thing is called the Outworld, and this is a container where you can put things to make it like the outside, as if ants were coming to the surface. So you could typically put dirt and plants and food in here. You can easily take off the top and put bugs or things that they might want to eat, sweet things, anything that you might take to a picnic. And that makes it easy for ants to access food and things like that. And there's all kinds of options to be able to connect these things with tubing, so the ants can then go through the tubes. But the cool thing is this hybrid nest, and inside is where the ants will typically be living. So we'll get a little bit closer, and it's a little bit dark, but this is where they are. You want to get the flashlight? Hard to see them, it's a little bit dark, but let's get a little bit more light on them. Glass. And then they can move around and live like they're in a real ant colony. Another thing that's cool is that there's these outlets that they can come out, and this is like a test tube, and it's full of water with a cotton ball in the middle, and then they can come and they drink water off the cotton ball. You can see there's actually eggs in there too. And then up here there's even another outlet, and this is a little container that you can the ants might want to open that up. Ants might bring waste, or you could even put food in here. So it's kind of like their dump area. So that's what this is, but they are in here. Hard to see because it's so dark. But so other things that come with this ant farm are these test tubes. So if you find an ant, especially if you find a queen ant, then they'll start to lay eggs, and that will sustain your colony for a long time. But if you find an ant, and if you identify it as a queen, it may start to lay eggs. So here we do have a queen that we identified, and you can see the eggs in there, right? Those white specks. Mm-hmm. So that's a queen ant with little eggs in there, and water, of course. So if she does well and these eggs hatch, then this could be a colony that lives in this ant farm that can sustain for many, many years, actually.
30 to be exact.
30 years maybe? Who knows? So then we have another one.
That one hasn't laid eggs in it yet.
Is supposedly a queen we identified. No eggs yet, but that's how that works. So the colony in here is just one that we've got from outside, but doesn't have a queen. There's a little better shot of the ants in the corner there. And sometimes you can just get a container, with your parents' permission, of course, and with some paper towels, we can you can have an ant that might live a little more openly in the tube, and then be able to come out onto the paper towel and get water and food as well. So we wanted to share today another one of our Boynton wildlife animal things that we have going on regarding our ants. All right, everybody, thank you for watching today. Again, hope everyone is doing well and staying safe, and I will talk to you all again soon.